Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south. More specifically, we are in Lakeview, Mississippi. We just crossed over from Memphis, Tennessee, and here we have what is known in the fiberglass world, this is known as a Big John. Let's take a closer look at him. Now the Big Johns come from the Big John grocery store chain. Normally he'd be carrying 2 overflowing sacks of groceries, but he is currently mascotting for Boom City Fireworks. So they got him a little jazzed up here. You can see his shirt has the firework markings on it. He's got a really cool hat and some glasses, a shiny gold tooth, and what appears to be an uncomfortable amount of bird feces in his eyeball. So, checking my phone here to get the final tally on where we are headed. We are going to be headed towards New Orleans, Louisiana. It won with a shocking 54% of the votes. So, you guys really want to see me go to New Orleans, and that's a pretty strong choice. There's a lot to do in the city of New Orleans, actually one of my favorite cities in the entire country. So I was thinking, we got to get down to New Orleans, and yesterday morning we saw Mud Island, which had a replica of the Mississippi River. So I felt the best route for us to take to get to New Orleans was just follow that river, and we will reenact our walk along the model, except we'll do it in real life. We'll stop at some of the towns along the river and kind of get that Mississippi River experience. This whole trip is interesting. It's kind of taking form almost around the Mississippi River. I don't know, we'll probably be leaving the Mississippi River within the next couple days when I put up the poll for the next city we're traveling to, and I'll actually do that. I'll give you the choices at the end of this video if you want to stay tuned for that. But let's get started down that old man river. But first, a word from our sponsor. Before we get started today, I did want to thank this video's sponsor, Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for anyone who's interested in learning. Now, Skillshare is a great way to invest in yourself. Now, I started here on YouTube. I had very little background in making videos and producing content. Skillshare is a good place to help fill in the blanks there of things that I may not know or may just need to look at doing in a different way. Now, recently I watched a video for Instagram telling an engaging story in less than a minute by Halise Narvaez. Halise gives you a step-by-step lesson in how to create an effective and efficient Instagram story. Now, the first 1,000 of my subscribers that click the link in the description will get a month-long free trial of Skillshare, where you can start exploring your creativity today. According to that sign there, we're on Highway 61, known as the Blues Highway. So we stopped off here in Tunica, Mississippi, the Gateways to the Blues Visitor Center. It's a little museum. It looks like it's in this like old shack-like building. And yeah, you can just hear the blues pouring out of that building out here onto the highway. Here over top the drinking fountains, you can see Robert Johnson selling his soul to the devil in order to be able to create the art form of blues. Actually have a lap steel guitar here that you can play. Exhibit on juke joints and the devil and the church. You see the items of drinkiness over here. That's Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, here are the church items. It's the wall of harmonicas. Oh, this gallery is interesting in here. It's like a cotton field with a starry night. You can hear the crickets. They have the different bluesmen and the guitars they use. That's Charlie Patton, Robert Johnson, often known as the first blues musician. and Sonny Boy Williamson, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Jimmy Reed, and Sun House. Some more cotton. We were at the Cotton Museum yesterday. Here's a homemade instrument known as the diddly bow. It's just like one string. Got your slide. Oh, that's bluesy. Talks about some of the music that the blues inspired, like Jimi Hendrix. That's actually Jimi Hendrix's best right there. Right here you can actually record a blues song on this microphone and they will email you a copy.
My baby walked out this morning. She didn't even say goodbye. Yes, my baby walked out this morning. She didn't even say goodbye. I'm gonna sit right here and stare out the window. I'm gonna break down and cry.
Definitely some truth in advertising here. And we have stopped off here in Clarksdale, Mississippi, home to the Devil's Crossroads. So legend has it, here at the Crossroads, the convergence of Highway 61 and 49 is where Robert Johnson met the devil. It is said that when you reach these crossroads, you could summon the devil and make a bargain with him, make a deal. And Robert Johnson, the first blues musician, is said to have met the devil here at the Crossroads and traded his soul to the devil in order for the talent and ability to create blues music. So the blues, the entire genre of blues, said to have originated at this spot right here, where Robert Johnson and the devil conspired to send blues out into the world. Also, legend says that once upon a time, a aspiring YouTuber came to the Devil's Crossroads and told the devil that he would trade him his soul for 100,000 subscriber plaque. Don't know if it's true, just a legend. And directly across from the Crossroads, we have Abe's Barbecue. So apparently Abe's has a slightly different legend. It says, you are at the legendary Crossroads, Highway 49 and 61. Abe's Barbecue opened in 1924. It says, legend has it that Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil so he could play a hell of a blues guitar. And Abe Davis was across the street, surrendering his soul to Jesus. So simultaneously, over there we have Robert Johnson making a deal with Satan. Over here we had Abe Davis making a deal with Jesus. So he surrendered his soul to Jesus for the recipe of his now famous barbecue sauce. So the barbecue sauce here at Abe's, the recipe was actually handed to Abe by Jesus Christ. Wow. So I don't know. I think Robert Johnson did some awesome work, but he sold his soul to the devil. Maybe he should have sold it to Jesus instead. So yeah, how could we say no to barbecue invented by Jesus? Oh, look at that. Santa rocking on the guitar there. Oh, and there's Jesus himself. Little tiny baby Jesus. So I got a slab of ribs here along with some beans and potato salad covered with the sauce that was given to Abe by Jesus. All right, we're gonna dig into this big slab of ribs. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh. Some very good sauce. That is very good. I love that sauce. And we are back in the Clean Plate Club. Look at the adorable little bathroom piglets. Look at that mural up there on top. You got a woman singing, you got a skeleton backup band playing in a cotton field. I also think there's a hidden Mickey somewhere in there. Well, that's an interesting name. This dog here is so excited that his skin is ripping off of his skull. See the mural. There's some bluesmen right there. Right here it says the blues had a baby. Well, I guess these are different musical styles that have evolved from the blues. I think that's Jimi Hendrix, Aretha Franklin maybe with her soul music, and Chuck Berry with his rock and roll. Listen, I don't know what this is, but there's a sign that says alligator that way. I definitely want to see an alligator right now. Okay, so it's just a town named Alligator, Mississippi, which I must say, it's a pretty awesome town name. On the back of the sign, it says, "See you later, alligator." As I was driving along the highway here in Leland, Mississippi, I noticed this poking out from the woods. We have a set of coffin daffer crosses. Yeah, often when traveling the highways of America, you'll come across a site like this. There'll be a golden cross in the middle and two blue crosses flanking it. These were all put up by the same man, Reverend Bernard Coffin Daffer. He was a reverend that traveled the country posting these crosses all over the United States. You see different concentrations. There's a lot in Virginia, West Virginia, but I've seen them all over the country. I'm always excited to see a new set of them. So there we go. A set of Coffin Daffer crosses. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Something, you never know where these are gonna pop up. See the water tower here in Leland is adorned with a face of Kermit the Frog. This is the hometown of Kermit the Frog. They do have a museum. Unfortunately, it is currently closed due to Omicron. Out in front of this lumber store, there is a bear carving, a chainsaw bear carving. Looks like he is a lumberjack style bear, but if you look close, he's got that very familiar eyeglasses and mustache, because actually modeled after Teddy Roosevelt. It was the teddy bear was named after, because apparently the incident where Teddy Roosevelt refused to shoot a little bear and inspired the creation of the teddy bear, that occurred not too far from here. So here is a monument to Teddy Roosevelt and the creation of the teddy bear. I know a lot of people love teddy bears, but I'm a Billiken guy. Here on the side of the road here in Vicksburg, Mississippi, is this really beautiful ruins of what was used to be known as Margaret's Market and Grocery Store. This was built by a man named Reverend H.D. Dennis, who built this folk art environment for his wife. I believe it was actually an operating store as well, but it had fallen. Whoop, sorry, that was a loud log truck. Fallen into ruin here. Looks like they've got the ceiling tarped off there. Last time I came here, I actually was able to go inside. I'm not going to do that today. It looks like it's pretty well boarded up, and they don't want anyone inside. But yeah, if you want to go back and check that old video, I actually went inside here. It's really still, even though it's only ruins at this point, it's still really beautiful. This sign here actually shows what Margaret's Grocery looked like in all its glory. Says it's coming back. Says that they have the Mississippi Folk Art Foundation is working to save it. I don't know how long this sign has been up here or what the exact plans are, but there's some, looks like you can look it up on Facebook there, although there is a GoFundMe. I'd love to see this restored. Here in downtown Vicksburg, Mississippi, they have the Biden-Harm Candy Company. This is the building where Coca-Cola was originally bottled. And they do have a Coca-Cola museum inside. You can see here all these different cans and bottles of Coke. Some of these are customized Coca-Cola bottles. You can see here the equipment originally used to bottle Coca-Cola. The syrup supply, a big jug of syrup. We have the carbonator, which I guess that would put the bubbles in the Coke. And then I guess they'd put a single bottle Coca-Cola, and they have to do it one at a time, pumping all of this machinery into one little bottle that they would pump full and seal right there. You can see the different Coke bottles used over the years, how that shape of the bottle has evolved into the modern view of a Coca-Cola bottle. Does anyone out there think that they could drink that much Coke? That they could chug that entire bottle in one go? There's some Coca-Cola memorabilia, giant bottle right there. Some fans. Two people in swimsuits toasting each other. I want to know what that person is. I don't know if this is like a forgotten mascot of Coca-Cola. A lot of these trays here had Coca-Cola advertisements on them. And look at this, the Candy Express, that clown driving a train full of candy, holding a Coke. Some of these really cool old Coca-Cola clocks. Now, this is confusing to me. What are we looking at here? Is that a Coke can lighter? Looks like it's got a lighter on the end, and is that a Coke can ashtray there? Oh, this is really cool. It's something called the Astro Float. So you'd put this thing on top of your bottle of Coke that looks like a bobber. I guess you'd fill that with ice cream. So you'd pour the Coke through the ice cream into your mouth. You know, I guess it makes a float right there in the bubble. Or you could just pour it in a glass with ice cream. That works too. Oh wow, look at that Coca-Cola camera. That'd be pretty sweet to take out for a run. Of course, Coca-Cola has always used Santa Claus heavily in their advertisements around Christmas. It's that little stuffed Santa with a Coca-Cola there. Or big old Santa. So I guess we go through this door to the 1900 soda fountain. Near the 1900 soda fountain. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. This would be like going to a drugstore and they'd have all this architect. It's so impressive how things used to be built with such grandeur. Just going to get a soda, this big impressive bar area here where they'd pump you a fresh Coca-Cola. Of course, it's not currently working, so if you want a Coke, you'll have to get it out of this machine. Oh, that's a cool sign up there. It's the entrance to the office and candy store. Okay, so it's an old office here for this building. Some more of these signs here, metal signs for Coca-Cola. And then down here, we have some Coca-Cola toys. And if you look at this, if you've been following along with this road trip, this Coca-Cola truck, we saw a real one of these at the I-80 Trucking Museum in Iowa, and of course in Springfield, Illinois at the Cozy Hot Dog shop. They had a painting of one on the walls, so this truck just keeps popping up. It's a Coca-Cola robot right there, as well as those classic stuffed polar bears. It's our tiny little miniature Cokes and a little Coke puzzle. Ooh, there's a new Coke sighting. Now, we stopped off here in Natchez, Mississippi, and unfortunately we have run out of daylight. There's one thing I wanted to check on, but we don't have a lot of light to work with. I've got my headlights on my car illuminating this a little bit, but I wanted to stop by and check on Mammy's Cupboard. This is a restaurant. This skirt right here on this woman is a restaurant. I've actually eaten there before, so I do have a video of eating inside. But I did want to check on the Mammy statue here. It's the statue of an African-American woman. It does look like there's been some damage to the building. She used to be holding a tray, and one of her arms is missing. So Mammy is looking a little rough. And we have landed right outside of New Orleans. We will be heading into the city tomorrow and enjoying a day in the Crescent City of New Orleans, Louisiana. And but now it is time. It is time where I unveil what the voting will be. So we started up in Iowa. We came down to St. Louis, then we winded our way down the Mississippi River to Memphis, and then continued winding our way down the Mississippi to New Orleans. So, we can't go down any further. We've hit the Gulf of Mexico. So, tomorrow, or right now, I need you guys to vote on which direction I go in. Do I head out west to the western part of America? Do I head out east to the eastern part of America? This is an important decision because this will determine what direction the rest of the Choose My Adventure road trip will take. Do you want me to go out west, or do you want me to go out east? Simply vote for east or west. You want to click on your subscriber tab if you are subscribed to me, and the poll should come up that way. Or if you want to go to my YouTube page and click community tab, it will be there as well. So choose wisely. Thank you for joining me. If you would like to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop. All that helps keep this train on the track, this boat on the mighty Mississippi, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the back.